I found a way to get 5 maces on a server that's supposed to only allow 1 mace. And then I gave 3 maces to my teammates, creating the most powerful team on the Lifesteal SMP. But since then, Lifesteal has fallen on dark times. The admins of the server decided that because a bug was used to get these maces, they had to be destroyed, forcing Main, Penta and Clownpierce to burn them. And I was allowed to keep 1 mace if I agreed to destroy the other one and go down to 1 heart. I had 30 hearts in total, and now I have 1. But I have the mace, Minecraft's strongest weapon. And that left just me and Mapic being players who had a mace. But then, in an unexpected twist, Mapic fell into the void, losing his mace forever, which means I, SP737, now have Lifesteal's only mace. I've no idea how that's happened, and we need to use this mace to get back as many hearts as possible, because I feel very, very vulnerable going around with just 1 heart. But before we have to do that, there is one thing that I can do to at least get some of the hearts back, and that is by crafting hearts. You see, if you have less than 7 hearts, you can use this recipe to craft more of them. I already have all of the needed keys. I have all of the netherite scrap. But I still need 96 gold and 24 Nautilus shells. Which means with just 1 heart, I need to explore the world and get the missing items. 1 mistake here, and I will be banned from the server. And the mace that I have will be gone forever. You see, the other conditions required for me to keep this mace were that I had to keep it on me at all times and keep Curse of Vanishing on it. So if I die, I will lose the mace. Also, I'm stood up here in this box because down below my gold farm is working, getting me everything that I need. Even landing with my elytra is fraught with danger, but I have all of the needed gold and can craft the ingots. And so now all that remains is the Nautilus shells, which there is a farm for right here. A few minutes have passed and we've got 1, 2 Nautilus shells, 2 more, and I'll be able to get 1 more heart. Yes, life won't be so stressful. Finally, I've got all of them. Let's craft a heart and double my reserves. Fantastic. 1 down and 5 to go. Long enough it's now passed, and I got plenty of spare ones as well. We are sorted. We can craft the hearts, and we, ladies and gentlemen, are back up to 7. When you're used to having 20, it doesn't look like that much, but it's certainly better than where we were. And currently the only other player online is Mapic. I know he will really want to take me out and get back the mace since he was the last person to have one before me, which is probably going to make things a little bit stressful. I've also spent quite a bit of time prepping, and I think I've got everything I need. Ordinarily, I'd be worried that I'd get taken out, but I have 1 secret weapon, 64 notch apples. Actually, I've got 72. So those are going to help me so much in any battle, just not die. And then the mace is going to do the heavy lifting and do all of the damage. I've also got a couple of sugar boxes full to the brim of items in case I need to restock. And so I think I'm as ready as I'll ever be to go and take out some players. So Squiddo has messaged me and she wants to meet up because she thinks that I still have 2 maces and I'll trade 1 of them. But I'm telling you now, guys, I'm walking away from this conversation and gaining at least 1 heart from it. If I have to kill Squiddo to do it, I will. If I don't, and I can peacefully get a heart from her, then I'll also go for that. Okay, so Squiddo, this is how it's going to work, okay? I'm keeping the mace. One way or another, I want to leave with an extra heart from this conversation. Now, at some point, I will be in a position to give you a mace.
Okay.
So after a bit of talking, Squiddo agreed to give me a heart if I agreed to give her the mace later on down the line. Not sure that'll ever happen. Well, thank you. And now if I kill you, I get another one. No, I'm just kidding. And so I'm now up to 8 hearts, and the quest to get back to 20 can continue. Me and Squiddo then did a bit of hunting for bases and farms by going through random portals in the nether, and we found 1 or 2 interesting places. What on earth? And then a couple of days later, this happened. Mapic is currently online, but he's completely unresponsive when I tried to say hello to him, which means there's a chance he could be AFK somewhere. Never mind, he said hi. But I could still use this as a bit of an opportunity to try and see what dimension he's in, to try and track him down. If he's in the nether, then any creepers that spawn down here and instantly go through these portals will all despawn if he's in the nether. The only risk with this is that there's a chance that I could die if I go through that portal to check. So instead, I'll visit my old base, which I haven't been to in months, and then go through this portal. That takes me above the nether. And as you can see, not a single creeper and not a single piece of gunpowder at the floor either. They would have at least fallen and died. But it looks like they despawned before they had the chance to. Now this... There's no one here. But if nothing else, that does indicate that Mapic is in the nether. And then the next question is he chilling at a farm or is he just exploring? After that, I kept exploring. I went through portals and found random farms. Ladies and gentlemen, I've found something that I haven't seen before, but it doesn't look like it's active. Wait, it is active. No, it's not. It is a gold farm, though, and it's good to know that it exists. But unfortunately, I could not find Mapic, and eventually he logged off. A few days then passed, I went to TwitchCon and back, and once again, I logged on, and Mapic was AFK. Guys, Mapic is online right now, and I'm pretty sure he's AFK. The reason for that is I've tried to say hello to him in the chat and he's not responded. Usually he says hello back. And it's pretty early in the morning for him, so he's probably still in bed. I have a pretty simple plan to once again see what dimension he's in if we just go and pick up this fella and make him angry. If Mapic is in the nether, when this guy goes through the portal, he will instantly despawn. So if we follow him through and he's not there... Alrighty, well we know Mapic's not in the nether. And if he's in the overworld, he'll instantly despawn going the other way. He did! Okay. That narrows it down as to where Mapic is. At least as to which dimension Mapic is in. Realistically on Lifesteal, I'd say the most common farm to AFK in the overworld is probably a gunpowder farm. Everything else at least requires you to be around a little bit, or you could just trade from villagers. And on my travels fairly recently, I have discovered a gunpowder farm through this portal, which is pretty efficient and seems to be used quite regularly. There are also a couple of others that I want to check, and I also want to look at warden farms. I know where they are, and they get used quite a bit. But let's first go through this portal and have a look. And there's creepers spawning. He's here. 100% Mapic is up here. There he is. He's AFK. This is it, SB. Get him. 3, 4, 5, 6. We've killed Mapic, ladies and gentlemen. He went AFK at a gunpowder farm. He's so dead. Ladies and gentlemen, we tracked him down. Oh, he thought everyone was away at TwitchCon, but not SB737. I guarantee you, that is going to really, really annoy Mapic. And to add insult to injury, let's take all of the sugarcane and the gunpowder as well. Well, it's nice to be back up to 9 hearts, and I've got a load of gunpowder as well. Yep, going through random portals that you find on the nether roof is a great way to find farms, and a great way to find things that players use. So, we've got a few easy hearts there, and ideally at this point, I need to start putting the mace to use. Woogie is currently online. I think he wants to do a deal to trade the mace. He says he's near his tower. Oh, I just saw fire. Oh, he's up there. Okay, he's all the way at the top.
737.
The one and only Woogie.
I was challenged to a duel a couple of days ago by one Hannah XX Rose.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know much about Hannah, but she's pretty good at PvP. So this is my hypothesis for you. Okay. You give me the mace, and what I do is I put Curse of Vanishing on. For some reason, if I lose with the mace, it'll disappear. And in exchange, I will give you 3 hearts. This is just for the duel. After the duel, I can sign into whatever you want, any contract. I'll give the mace back. If I win, I'll give the mace back, anything like that. But if I lose, and I lose the mace, I'll give you a heavy core and a breeze rod to craft it on the...
Yeah, I think my only... I guess my only concern is how good are you at PvP? How about this? Alrighty. Let's see if you can... See what you've got. See what you've got.
Not right now, SB737.
You've got to be able to do it in the moment, under pressure. Although I do like your escape skills. I don't know where he's gone down these tunnels. It's a bit of a maze down here. The cobwebs were quite annoying. I don't like the fact that I can hear a warden somewhere around as well. Hopefully this isn't like some trap. Oh my goodness, these are absolutely endless, by the way. And all he has to do is get to the end of one of them and kind of block himself in, and I wouldn't even know. Is he hidden in the wall somewhere? Oh man, Minute joined the game. That I don't like the sound of. I spotted Woogie. I've got to go after him again. I think I've got everything I want. I'm strengthening up. Let's go for it.
Hey, man.
Hi. There we go. Land those, and it's huge. He's gonna panic now.
How many guns do you have? Calm down. It's a little duel.
Come on, he's so dead. I know he has a lot of hearts, but just gotta keep going. I've gotta start landing some of these hits. I literally almost choked that. I almost choked that, guys. That would have been so embarrassing. stop stressing so much. There we go. That's a great hit. That's a great hit. He's got to be in trouble now. Go on, SP. Get the kill. I'm gonna die. No! How did I die? I can't believe I let that happen. Yes, I came close, got him down to half a heart twice, but I lost the mace. Something I'd sacrificed so much to keep, and now it was gone. Or was it? You see, ladies and gentlemen, there's something known as contingency plans. You really think that ISB 737 would only craft 5 maces? You really think that I would give them all away and lose all my hearts for nothing? Well, think again. Yes, an entire sugar box filled with maces. Oh my goodness, I'm a madman. 27 maces just sitting there, waiting to be used. What's this down here? Another barrel with even more maces, another 20. Yes, guys, I have 47 maces. These are actual maces, they're real. Yeah, on a server with one mace, I have 47 of them, all right? I think it's time I owe you guys an explanation. Clearly, I'm not the best at PvP, but what I have got is brains, so that's what we've got. And, yeah, 47 maces. How is that possible? Well, first of all, I owe you guys an apology, because I lied to every single one of you. In fact, the video of me getting Lifesteal's mace got 1.7 million views, which I guess means I lied to 1.7 million people. Because this explanation, yeah, that was all fake. That was not how I got the mace. But I knew that if I told everyone how I actually got the mace, everybody else would be able to do it. So I did that to throw them off the scent. And because I make videos where I get bedrock in survival or command blocks, everyone was just like, oh, well, it sounds complicated. I don't understand it, but I'll believe it. Yep, every single member on the server seems to have bought it. Only suspicious person I know was Canadian. Yeah, he was asking a few questions and I didn't really know how to answer them. So, ladies and gentlemen, you now know how I didn't do it. This is the footage of me actually getting the mace on Lifesteal. So this is how to actually craft a mace on Lifesteal. I made it a completely fake explanation so the other members wouldn't try this out. They wouldn't even attempt it. They'd just think that my method was completely different because it was so complicated. So you can see we've got a crafter going all the time. And if I add a heavy core and a breeze rod, nothing happens. It just will not work. It will not craft. But if instead we head to the nether, add in the recipe for the mace, it still doesn't work until you put an observer there, activate the crafter. Yes, it works. It's so simple. It works in the nether, but not in any other dimension. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. It doesn't work in the overworld. It does work in the nether, and as you can see, it also works in the end. Yeah, very, very OP, but I had to make a completely fake explanation that seemed believable, because otherwise everyone would work this method out sooner or later, and I couldn't let that happen. But if you're seeing this, it means that either everyone's found out, or I'm just coming clean for some reason. Yeah, the answer is I'm coming clean. I mean, the season's over, so I might as well. Then on March 7th, 2025, I panicked because I'd given a mace to main pair, and he did this. So then I kind of panicked because I hadn't put my fake explanation out on YouTube yet, and I thought auto-crafting the nether might get discovered, get patched, so I quickly went and crafted 47 maces. I just went ahead and crafted them all at this auto-crafter in the nether, filled the shulker boxes, hid them, and saved them for like 6 weeks for a rainy day. And today, ladies and gentlemen, is that rainy day. What am I going to do with all these maces? Well, I'm going to give them out. I'm going to give them to all the other players. I'm going to cause carnage. Imagine everybody having maces PvP. Anything could happen. But I also want to earn a pretty penny or two out of them. So I'm going to take one singular mace, put it in a chest, and then make an announcement to everyone saying that the mace is for sale for the best offer. Of course. Everybody's offer is going to be the best offer. They'll all give me things for free. I'll give them a mace. I'm going to be rich, guys. I am going to become so rich. I'm just going to sell all these maces. And then for the people that don't offer anything, I'm just going to give them the mace for free. Yeah, we're going to give them all away, but we want to earn a load out of it as well. Whilst we're on the subject of secret things on Lifesteal nobody really knows about, if you didn't know this as well, you can also not put the mace in your ender chest. Like, you try and place it, it just goes back in your inventory. Unless you just put it in a bundle, and then it's fine. Yeah, that's another thing you can do. Same with hearts, actually. If I would draw a heart, as you can see, they don't go in, but yeah, you could just put them in a bundle. So, yeah, I don't know. Lifesteal can be a little bit buggy at times. There's all sort of tips and tricks. So, yeah. I really don't know what's going to happen next, but all I can say is, let there be carnage. Woogie is the first person that wants to make an offer for the mace. I've just put Curse of Vanishing on it, so if anybody does try to take me out, it really doesn't matter. They're not going to get a mace off me. Woogie, I'm here.
SB.
Hey, SB.
Yo, Penta. Alright, guys, it's time for serious business now. You want to make an offer for the mace. What are you offering me for the mace? Team, whatever your name is, what is your offer?
Genuinely the best offer.
My offer.
We have God Apples. I picked a bunch up off a player the other day. I have the server's only Dragon Egg.
I know you have hearts. You have God apples. That's not at all what you'd like.
You want something really special, don't you, SB?
I saw in your message that,
You wanted something of great sacrifice.
so us three will log on for 24 hours straight and do whatever you want on the server.
I will do everything in my power to save the server.
I offer my tower.
My teammate E-Corridor.
What, you would give me E-Corridor?
Unless it entails betraying each other and our allies.
Is E-Corridor going to agree to this?
Does that matter?
Or would you blow up your own tower for the mace?
I'd have to get the mace first.
If your offer entails do anything I say for 24 hours, except betray each other.
If he says no, I mean, I'll make sure he doesn't say no then. I don't know.
The Dragon Egg, enough hearts to get me back to 20 hearts, and half a stack of God Apples. That'd be a very strong offer.
I don't even know if it's morally right to quote-unquote give someone away for just an item.
You know what, SB? Yes.
I thank you for your offers,
Thank you. Thank you.
but I'll have to go and think about it.
Remember, they don't have E-Corridors. They don't have E-Corridors to offer. Just me.
Sounds fair to me.
Okay.
Yes, yes. All right, bye.
Bye.
Oh, hello there.
So gamers, I see you're down in numbers. I'm gonna be honest. I've been through all the offers now, and I've decided I'm going to accept your offer.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta get me to 20 hearts. You gotta give me the Dragon Egg, half a stack of notch apples, and 24 hours.
Here, I confront you this at least. There's that part.
Okay, well, that's a worthy deposit. And there you have it, guys. The deal has been set. And as long as they come up with the goods, I'll give them one mace. Yes, one mace. What I do with the other maces, well, we'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to grab my stash of maces right here. And then I need a bunch of barrels to stash them in, and I'm going to scatter all of these around the map, including the one that I'm about to give Mapic, Hannah, and Minitek. That's more than enough barrels, plus I'll grab a bunch of extra fireworks, and then I can begin stashing maces all around the map. This one is for Minute, Mapic, and Hannah. It's called Cursed with Power because they are going to be cursed with power when they get a mace that they earned, and everybody else gets one for free. I'm going to send this location to 4C. This location's getting sent to Ashwag. Chief XT gets this one. Here's a mace for Clown. Flame frags. Even extra ones for Mapic, Minute Tech, and Hannah. Yes, everybody is getting a mace. So I've got a lot of flying around and hiding of stuff ahead of me. So I'd better get to work. Guys, there's been a disaster. Pangy has logged on and I've left like 20 of the maces in the base. He's gonna discover them. Okay, here we go. I'm back. And they're gone. Yeah, I left them here like an idiot. They're gone. I mean, I've still got all these ones, so it's not the end of the world, but this is very, very problematic. Pangy must have found them. Oh my goodness. I persuade him to invite me to the group.
Yo, SB.
Hello,
Dude,
bro.
What are we?
gamers?
Maces.
All right. Yeah, you want to play dumb?
What are we
You want to
talking
play
about?
this game? Look. You can be honest with me. Look, you can be honest with me right now. And
I am being honest.
I can tell you my master plan, and we can work together on this. Or you can pretend that you don't know anything, and the master plan will work against you. Okay? Well, the only other person that knows the base.
No, the base is public. Did you not know that?
It's not public. Don't pretend.
Yes, it is. Jared made a whole video about it.
Yeah, but nobody else
Your
found
base is
it.
in a Jaren video. Your base is in a Jaren video, bro.
It doesn't matter. Look,
I
all right.
saw
So,
that.
so what? So you haven't got the maces then?
I don't.
What? So
I didn't even know there were more than one.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
I'm lying to you.
Pangy, we've done so much together. Why are you being like this? Pangy, I thought we were friends. Okay, you know what, Pangy? If you want to deny it, that's fine. But I'm going to tell you my plan anyway, okay?
Okay, tell me
Because-
your plan. I'd love to hear it.
I don't want you to mess up this plan, all right?
I would
info.
never mess up your plan.
Yeah, but just by having the maces, right, all I'm asking, okay,
Okay.
is if you have the maces,
Yes.
please just don't reveal it for a few hours. That's all I'm asking. You keep them, all right? I don't mind. It doesn't matter. That's all I ask. Don't reveal the maces. But also, I'm about to scam Mapic, Minitech, and Hannah because they're about to give me a load of free stuff for a mace. And then I'm going to give everybody a mace, so it's going to mean nothing. But if they know that you guys have the mace, if you have the maces, that's just, you know, if, then
We don't.
It's gonna mess everything up. So if you hypothetically had the maces, could you just keep it quiet for a few hours until the big reveal?
Okay, well, we don't have them, but
we could, yeah.
But if you did have
we'll
them,
play
would
along.
you do
Sure,
that?
sure, SB, sure.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was stressful, but very, very necessary. I'm still 100% certain that Pangy found the maces, but as long as it doesn't mess up my plan to get the dragon egg, get the hearts, and anything else I can get, then that is okay. I could have had E-Corridor, but I think that's going to be out the window. Now, the priority is to speak to Mapic, Minute, and Hannah. What's up, gamers?
Yo.
Hey, SB.
Okay, well, things have
Oh
changed
my
a
God.
little bit.
What?
God.
Bro.
And hey, the deal's still on.
Okay, wait, you just said the deal's still on? Like, we'd hope the deal's still on, right?
So the deal's still on, okay? But things have taken a bit of a turn. I've had a bit of a falling out with another team, Pangy, Prince Zamwuggy. Okay, look, I don't care about you guys doing whatever I say for 24 hours, but I just want you to take out that team.
Well, that's good
Oh.
because we were already planning
We
to
were
do
already
that.
going to do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
No, we weren't gonna do that, but now that you say that,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that's
we
true,
are gonna do that.
yeah.
You
Oh, never
strike
mind.
a hard bargain, SB.
You strike a hard bargain, but
I've
we
twisted
accept.
your arm. I've twisted your arm. So,
Yeah.
look, guys, if you give me the hearts up front and you give me the dragon egg, I'll give you the quads to the mace. It's stashed in a barrel. You can have it and you can use it against them.
Well, that sounds good to me.
Is that a deal?
That's a deal.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is working perfectly. They're gonna give me the goods. The others are gonna stay quiet. I'll be at 20 hearts. I'll finish the season with the dragon egg. That's cool. And my plan to give everyone a mace can be put into action.
SB737. Here you go.
Thank you so much, Minute Tech.
Dude,
And
you
now-
just heard him power up all the way. That's crazy.
Now I'll message you the coordinates of the other item you need.
And I, in turn, shall message you the coordinates to what you desire.
Thank you so much, SB.
No
It
problem.
was a big pleasure.
So guys, let's collect the dragon egg. Back to 20 hearts. I've got loads of notch apples. And in just a couple of hours time, everyone on the server will also have a mace. The dragon egg should be somewhere around here, unless I've been... Aha! Here we go! Ladies and gentlemen, SB737 is the only player with the dragon egg. I wonder, can you put it in an ender chest? You can put it in a bundle in an ender chest. Okay, well, we'll just put it in a bundle, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant! I think that's a pretty successful season on Lifesteal. And we're still not done yet. My goodness, how many twists is this day going to take? But yeah, now let's just stash the maces, send out the coordinates to everyone, and let the chaos begin. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my final mace stashed away. Now the only issue is, because I've lost 19 of the maces, I'm 7 maces short to message every single Lifesteal member. Now, some of the members are kind of inactive, but I don't want to miss anybody out, so I don't know. Either I have to choose 7 people not to message, or I try and get another 7 heavy cores really quickly before I start revealing everything. I mean, and seriously, come on, I'm SB737. Look how many trial keys I've got. Like 76, and on average every 13 volts give you a heavy core, so if I play my cards right, 72 divided by 13 is just under 6, so if I get 6 heavy cores I'll be happy. If I get 7, I will have been kind of lucky. Thankfully I have a bunch of coordinates of trial chambers I didn't yet loot but got maps for, so looting should not be a problem. Alright, here we go. Come on, heavy cores. There we go. Okay, we got one. That's a great start. Only 3 keys as well. The time is ticking, but I might just be able to do it. So that is 1 trial chamber successfully looted and 1 heavy core obtained. So far, so good. Here I am in chamber number 2, getting heavy core number 2. And that's the 3rd one. Fantastic. I managed to get 4 so far. I haven't used all the keys, but the Rapture has told me that in return for Windburst books, he'll give me some heavy cores. And as you can see, I've got a decent amount here. So that's a trade I plan to do. We're going to meet up shortly. But the real question is, and it was probably worth checking this first, does the method still work? Okay, well, we don't need slime in there. Does the method still work? Yep, it still works. Okay, fantastic. You just can't be too careful, guys. You know, I didn't want to get loads of heavy cores for no reason. And now I can stash even more of these. And with these 4 now all successfully hidden, I'm going to head to spawn to meet Durapchu to trade for some more. Hello, Durapchu.
So, SB, I heard you want this.
I'd like that. I'd like to know, why do you guys suddenly want wind charge books when you don't have any maces? Just a question.
No idea.
No one else can have them?
So no one else can. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah. Because I'm not trustworthy, am I? Well, to be honest, I have no need for these wind bursts. So.
Here you go, SB. And now you're up to
There's
120.
one, and then let me get the other one. There you go, boss.
Alrighty. Thank you. I'll
Alrighty.
be on my way. Got lots to do. And so, I have the final 3 heavy cores. That was very convenient. I don't know if I have an auto crafter in my inventory, which is why I constantly have to fly all the way over here and use this to make them. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final 3 maces, all crafted. Let's very, very quickly get them all stashed. Mission accomplished. And now, from the comfort of my base, I'm going to send this video message to every Lifesteal member, along with coordinates to the mace that I've stashed for each one of them. Hello, fellow Lifestealer. If you're seeing this, it means that there's not long left for me on the server. I have sent you some coordinates, very specific coordinates, and I need you to go there and collect what I've left for you in the barrel. This is not a trap, which I know is exactly what somebody would say if it was a trap, but trust me, it's not a trap, I promise. You do not want to ignore this, because what you will find in the barrel will be extremely useful to you and completely change the course of the season. No one else has these coordinates. They've all been given separate locations. Enjoy this gift and prepare for the chaos that will follow. But you see, guys, there's one issue with what I've just done. The admin said if anybody got multiple maces again, they would be banned from Lifesteal. So, ladies and gentlemen, this season of Lifesteal has been a blast. We got a full netherite beacon, we got unlimited hards, we got a dragon egg, unlimited notch apples, we got so many things. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the line for SB737. Not where I chose to die. Also, did I really just get a heart for that? But, yeah, I set the spawn at the wrong point. But the fact still remains that this is the end of Lifesteal for SB737. And I am banned from the server. I can't ban somebody if I ban myself.